hell you think $600 is going to be enough for people that have been out of work
for months,
since March?
Welcome back to the Erica Jones Show. I am here with my bestie, my sidekick, my co-host, Miss Nicole Celine. And we haven't been here for a while, celebrating the holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to
Yes, all traveled. My uncle, who's like my second dad, passed away, Bishop William Anthony Ellis.
Yes.
And he's very well known across the world. So he had a service in San Antonio where he started a church, and he had services in Chicago where, he started pastoring up there, took over a church up there. So we traveled to both those spots. So we had a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, pretty much a month. We haven't been here in a while, but 2021 is going to be different. I'm going to actually make a schedule for us and stick to it. So we'll probably record multiple times a day, and we will have a podcast. So be on the lookout for that.
Right.
We do have merch. I'm just saying all this right now because when we get done, we're going to get off. So we do have merchandise on theericajones.com. We have t-shirts with our cartoon on it. I think I made a mug. And I think that's it. So no, not for us. Like
okay. Yeah. All right.
There is some other merchandise, just my merch, but we're talking about for the show.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I hope everybody has had an amazing Christmas and as well as New Year's. This should be uploaded before that, but in case it's not. We're just gonna jump on here real quick. There's been a lot of things going on. Our last couple videos that we've had, we've talked about, getting a new president, which we are ecstatic about. We're excited to see
Biden Harris 2020. There we go.
We're excited to see what Joe Biden is going to do. And again, like we said on one of our other videos, be long suffering with him because he has inherited a bunch of mess.
I wouldn't want it, but anyway.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
And we would much rather him. So, be long suffering, be, nice, because this man has to get us out of a lot of stuff. But anyway, there's been something, of course, COVID is still here. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. There's a vaccine.
And another strand has made it to America. That strand that was in the UK, another person has tested. One person has tested with that strand. So what do you think that means? Okay.
All it takes is one person. I'm like, Lord, why? But anyway, COVID is here. The vaccine is here. We're on the fence about the vaccine. She has dialysis. She's on dialysis, kidney failure patient, and I don't know. I'm not
doing it.
Yeah.
I'd rather take my chances because I'm just not gonna do it. I'll wait further down the line for them to get the kinks out because a person took the vaccine and just tested positive for COVID. Did you know that?
No.
A guy took the vaccine and he just tested positive for COVID. And let's not include the people that are coming up with Bell's palsy the next day after getting the vaccine.
See what I'm saying?
I
will just take my chances. I have been doing everything I can to try to prevent getting COVID. I don't go out much. I wash my hands. I sanitize. We are on that regimen, like straight up, because we cannot afford for her to get sick as well as me. I mean, this thing is different in everybody. It is attacking the body differently. And some people are dying, some people are living through it, but it's different in everybody. So anyway, one thing in particular that we're going to talk about today is the stimulus package. We have been waiting for this stimulus package for a long time. I don't know why we're waiting so long. We are the United States of America. We are one of the greatest countries supposed to be in the world, but we are just slow about everything. So,
we're slow about it because your president, who is the worst president in the history of presidents of America, is incompetent and inhumane and does not care that people didn't have a Christmas. Now, I'm not even worried about the gifts, but to have food and shelter.
Absolutely.
You don't even care about that. You and people got excited because he said no to the 600. It should be 2,000. But he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, they were gonna.
He just let it sit there.
They were gonna bat that down like a baby.
But he didn't sign. He didn't veto it.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing.
And neither did he sign it because he knew it was just gonna sit there.
Yeah, because the Dems have been trying to do this forever. This same $2,000 that now all of a sudden, now that the 600 has been passed, oh, they want to have the 600 passed. You want to come talking about that's not enough. We know it's not enough. The Democrats been said it wasn't enough, but it's been a war ever since they tried to bring it to the table. I mean, Pelosi been trying forever.
How the hell you think $600 is going to be enough for people that have been out of work
for months,
since March?
Months.
Let's be real.
I mean, March of next year will be
all because your president knew what was. All he had to say was wear a mask. A lot of this could have been avoided.
It could have.
But he thought it was going to pass by. We were going to lose a few people, but it wasn't going to be to the magnitude that it was going to be. He was going to win the presidency again, and it would all be good.
No.
That's what he thought.
No, my God. I mean, like we said before, Obama had already had things in place, a team in place, because he knew something was going to come down.
He had a task force.
But this fool done fired everybody. So when it did come down the line, we don't have nobody. And then, what's his name?
Mitch.
Not Mitch. The the
doctor. Yeah, I never can say his name correctly.
Oh, they just do him so wrong. But anyway, we know that now. Okay, the Senate, the 600 went to the Senate. Well, they brought it to the Senate, but then they wanted to change it to 2,000, right?
Yeah, McConnell had something. Well, if the 2,000 went to the Senate, it didn't make it through. The 600. So now we know they getting the 600. Y'all getting it? I ain't getting it. You know, people.
$600 is nothing. I mean, especially when you have borrowed from this person, that person to try to make your ends meet. So now you got to pay people back, because I know how it works when you don't have money. I've done this before.
But what about the people with children?
The people with children, I mean, that's just I don't know.
How can you? I cried so. Was it Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
My heart just bled.
I couldn't believe what I saw.
When I saw the line of people, I forgot where they were, giving food away. And it was people that were saying they weren't necessarily looking for food for the holidays. Their pantries were bare. No food.
And let me tell you something. We will get free stuff, but if I got food at home, I'm not about to get no line to get no food. So if these people were in these lines, they really needed this food. And my heart was broken, because it was people that looked like me. It was people that you wouldn't even think. I mean, whites, Hispanics, blacks. It was all people. I mean, so this thing has not just affected the lower income or the poorer people. This thing has touched across the board, because people don't have jobs. And then you sitting up here, you knowing the unemployment gonna run out.
That's another thing. Y'all didn't approve the unemployment.
If you didn't do nothing else, you should have done that.
And then people were saying, well, the unemployment is causing people not to go back to work. Well, for some of them, that might have been the case. But then there were some people, the extra $600, still, when you are making, you're a family of 5, and you and your wife bring an income of $5,000 to $6,000 a month between both your jobs, that still was no money. And you have a standard of living according to the money that you were making.
Yeah, because you've purchased things, you have cars that cost a certain amount. Like when you were making a certain amount of money, you lived a certain
I lived
kind
a
of
certain
way.
kind of way. I was a rep for a hospice company for 12 years. Was very successful, 75 to 80,000. I lived a good life, but I still live a good life, but I have to be very smart in how I live, because I don't market anymore. I don't work. I'm on disability.
Yeah, and so it's just like people go from making a certain amount to making nothing, and then you thinking because you giving them 600, that may seem like a lot for somebody that's sitting on their butt not doing it.
Yeah.
But somebody like that, like you.
And then for the people that took advantage of it, God gonna get you. That's for people who really need it. Don't do that.
Well, don't worry about it.
Well, hopefully they get arrested. But what gets me is other countries. Nikki has notes. You know, I like to do notes because I don't want to come to you with erroneous information, baby. Canada gave their citizens $2,000 for up to 4 months.
Canada, right over there by Detroit. That is ridiculous. Okay, next.
South Korea was sending checks up to $1 million to families in the bottom 70% income bracket. Hong Kong, $10,000 per adult. Japan was sending between $754 and $931 per person a month.
See, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let me finish.
Come on.
Singapore was sending. Now, Singapore is not a rich country.
No.
They were sending $340 to $422 per month per each citizen.
Yeah. Okay.
The UK came up with will pay 80% of earnings of furlough staff up to $2,500 per employee per month for at least 3 months. Canada will cover 75% of wages for up to 3 months.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And we live in America.
We're living up in
the country
the United
of the free.
States. We live in North America. And this is what we...
But you have a president that
we make freaking money. How?
But you have a president that don't care.
No, he don't.
And these Trump nights.
Talk about it.
That is continuously living in the delusional world. That he really won the election. How can y'all believe it? Y'all retarded just like he is. Excuse me. You special.
Yeah, you something ain't, the light bulb ain't screwed. You retarded because, I mean, what more do they have to do to show y'all that this man lost? What more do you need to see? Is what I'm trying to see. The man is going to jail. That's the whole problem.
I look forward to the day. I'm going to have I don't drink. I'm going to have a celebratory drink on that day that he goes to jail. I want him to go to jail.
Send him on. Because
he's just not right. You taking care of pardoning everybody. You pardoned 26 people. And half of those people are the ones that was in
that Russia stuff.
With him.
Yeah. He letting the folk
but
out of jail.
You 5 African Americans that are on death row that they say are innocent and have been proven innocent. You're refusing to sign the paperwork so they won't be put to death.
He's a racist. That's just the bottom line.
He's a pig.
But you see, the Bible says
and then
is the Lord's.
You don't sign. He vetoed the military bill for our people in the military. But then you take your fat self to Florida, and all you've done is played golf since you've lost the election.
And he need to wear
you
a
have
suit
done
every
nothing.
Day to go, because when he don't wear a suit, he looks like a bum. Like he looked like just the average Joe when he don't have a suit on. Just look a mess.
And the sad part is how he has put. What does the Republican stand for now? He has destroyed their party. He has
brought those people to shame.
He has destroyed their party. What do they stand for?
They don't have they even shame. They try to stop him from doing all this crazy stuff because it was getting ridiculous how he was carrying on having these little press conferences and talking about, you know.
And then they said, now Cuomo said this. They said the reason he didn't sign the bill for the initial, when they came up with the 2000 before.
Yeah, way back then.
They said he didn't do that because he was upset with Mitch, because Mitch wasn't supporting him in his battle
Re-election?
to prove that he had won the election. Because at a certain point, Mitch sitting up there looking like he's a mix between a turkey and a turtle. He had common sense to know, yeah, he lost.
He lost.
I don't have no respect for Mitch either. But anyway.
The Republicans have gotten a bad name on the account of Donald Trump. He has made that party look like donkeys. Pretty much. I mean, it's sad. And all you had was one job.
For you to approve only $600.
One.
So that's $1,800 that you, besides the unemployment.
That's not even the people rent. Those people, if somebody's renting an apartment, they got 3 kids and they got a 3-room.
Well, I know that's half of. If that was my case, that's $1,800. That's half my rent.
Exactly. That ain't no money. That's gonna be gone before those people see it in their bank account. It's already for something. It's already allotted to something else.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that's no money. This is pitiful.
How can people in other countries care for their people more than America care for theirs?
And we make money.
It is shameful that many people are suffering. Children not eating. My heart, God knows if I had the money. And I've always prayed and said, when I am blessed to become a millionaire,
say it, speak it into
of course, I'm going to bless my family, my church family. I'm going to bless my people. But I can die with nothing.
Come on. Oh my God.
Because I'm going to give back.
Yes.
I feel like all the millionaires in the world, to me,
billionaires,
they're not doing enough. Mm-hmm. And people can come at me or whatever, but if each millionaire and billionaire said, I'm going to invest a couple of million here, a couple of million there, a couple of million there, we wouldn't have as many people homeless.
We wouldn't. Do you know how many, they call them the projects, how many of these buildings can be renovated for much of nothing to put these people in? And get them on the right track. Make them get into a program to say, okay, I'm going to give you this amount of months to stay here.
I'll give you 6 months.
But I need you to sign up to do some type
That's
of
right.
work.
You're going to have to do something. You're going to go to school. You're going to pick up a trade. You're going to do something.
They don't give the people a chance.
You can, right. But it's
because when people get rich, they just keep their own money and they do whatever they want to do with it.
And then they act like, oh, the stimulus checks will start being in people's accounts on last night.
We about to
Who cares?
Like we about to get
Who cares?
$10,000 or something. Baby, that little $600 is not nothing. I could spend that with my eyes closed. And I'm just saying, it's nothing.
But see, when Biden gets in, he's going to come up with another relief package.
Yeah,
but he has to get in first because even with this vaccine, y'all, they're saying there will be some sense of normalcy. Some, maybe by May of next year, 2021. And I sit up and I scroll through my Facebook and I see all my friends that were gathered at gatherings for Christmas, pajama parties, sitting on top of each other, no mask. Y'all don't think it's real. But you're going to know it's real when it hits you. I'm not going to put myself in that predicament.
I don't know why people are so ignorant. Like,
I think they think they're immune to getting it.
Like, I'm looking at ATL. They open. They wide open. I looked at Houston is wide open. Because I go there to get my hair cut. And my barber was like, oh, our governor said he wasn't shutting us down anymore. Like,
well, a lot of governors are saying because for the economy, they're not shutting it down. But excuse me, hell.
The people die.
The economy is already suffering.
And if then people start dying, who's gonna buy stuff anyway?
Well, they died.
The economy gonna go down.
They died. I don't even know. I stopped counting when it got to 301,000 deaths. I stopped looking at it.
It's too depressing.
I stopped.
And Louisiana, we can't get it together over here. I saw something they supposed to be having for New Year's, talking about the grind gonna be open on both sides.
How?
Talking about you can get sections. I said, what?
But back to this infamous stimulus package.
Yeah.
Y'all keep supporting this misogynistic pig, incompetent, unlearned,
Delusional, crazy,
inhumane fool. Because that's what he is. He's a fool. So
and a buffoon.
That's my piece on that. So.
Yeah, and listen, let me tell y'all something. We have the right to like who we like. Y'all have the right to like who y'all like. We don't come for y'all because y'all say y'all like Donald Trump and that's
y'all's story.
We're not saying nothing about that. But don't come over here telling us nothing about who we like. You can come over here saying it. Comment all you want. I'm going to respond because that's what I do. But at the end of the day, I am a United States citizen and I can say what I want to say. This is my page. We are Democrats.
Biden Harris 2020. Yeah, I'm gonna keep changing the key. I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna keep modulating. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like I'm on some of my other videos, and I'm gonna get off here because I think we did good today. We got on here and said what we need to say. About to get off. But people have come and just said some ugly, rude things to me, and you may think what we're saying is ugly and rude. That's fine, and you could come and you could comment and say your little piece, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna rebuttal and I'm gonna say what I need to say. Because at the end of the day, y'all can't show us nothing that Donald Trump did for us that was beneficial for us. And I don't want to hear nothing about he signed a stimulus package. He had to. It wasn't nothing else he could do. Because if he wouldn't have, that would have been retarded and crazy, which he already
It just would have added to the legacy.
He'll be. He will be in history books as one of the worst presidents ever. And you can say what you want to say. You try to compare him to Obama. There's no comparison. And I don't care that he's black. Yeah, he could have been white. At the end of the day, we just want somebody to be here.
If Trump could have, that's what y'all failed to realize.
Period.
If Trump would have been black and would have done the things, we would have wanted him out.
Goodbye.
Get out.
O-U-T.
See, let me tell you, I let her do the responding when it comes to that kind of stuff because I'm visually challenged and all that kind of stuff. We're very strong in our belief system, but we respect what you believe too. You know, I get looks and stares because I'm a diehard Alabama fan in LSU land. You know, when we win that national championship, I'm having my hat in my ears, and we strong in what we believe, and we're gonna respect what you believe. Don't come here being ugly now.
Yeah, they can. It's fine because I'm gonna say what I need to say, but at the end of the day, you know, on a serious note, we are praying for everybody that has been affected by this.
Absolutely.
You know, I put up a video the other day about some shoes, and it was only just to put content up. It wasn't to discredit nobody. It wasn't to, you know, downplay what's going on in the world today.
Absolutely
it was
not.
Just something to get on and
do.
do.
Your page.
So this lady, like, literally verbally attacked me and said, what does shoes have to do with anything that's going on in the world today? My family member or a close friend of the family died of COVID.
But if you go to our page, you can see that we've talked about that, ma'am.
I know buku people that have
and that's why she's not going to subscribe to the page.
Ma'am, you are one person.
I ain't trying to be ugly. We appreciate everybody that has subscribed.
God. Thank you guys.
We love you all. We love you all.
Guys so much. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put content up in between the stuff that we do because sometimes she can't get on and record because she's sick. So if a shoe come out and I want to say something about
she's a fashionista. That's her thing. That's her thing.
What does it have to do with?
She's a stylist too, for those of you all that would like to be styled by her. She has a very unique eye. Okay.
Thank you. So again, our hearts go out to all the people who lost somebody because of COVID, because of the pandemic.
I've cried.
Our hearts bleed. We've known several people to pass, family members and all. So we are not trying to be ugly or not sympathetic to what's going on. And you know, when you do get your stimulus, try to stretch it. We're gonna get more. But it's just gonna take time for Biden to get in and make it happen. But until that time, we are prayerful, we are hopeful, and we love you guys so much, and we appreciate you so much. So
2021 has to be better.
listen.
It has to be. And if what has transpired in the world has not brought you to have a closer relationship with God, I don't know what else will.
Teach, evangelist.
I don't know what else will.
That seems
The
like
Bible
people-
has spoke about this.
Yeah.
In the end time. But, you know, people don't want to tap on that, and you know, but it's real.
Yeah, and you know, I think this whole pandemic, it's been a test because, you know, when have you ever heard of a church being closed because of anything?
Yeah.
That's one place that you could always go to.
Yeah.
That was always open, period. And I feel like, you know, it's been testing our faith. It's been just testing our minds, the strength, our faith in God, just everything.
Holistically.
And it's not the time to walk away from God. It is not the time. I mean, you can find all kind of faults in your church and whatever, but you got to study to show yourself approved, and you have to get in that word. You can't be worried about what isn't happening at your church or what is happening at your church. If it's not happening, you might want to find another church to go to, but in the meantime...
But I'll tell you, before you do that, you be led by God.
Absolutely.
Because many times we do stuff in our own flesh. The Bible says, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. A lot of times we make decisions in our own flesh because we say, it's my decision. I can make my own decision. But a lot of times you're taking 10 steps backwards.
And you don't want to do that. Not when you've gone so far. It's easy to backslide. It is easy to get a reprobate mind and just be like, I'm done with this. And I know people have lost loved ones and things, and that has just shifted their way.
And this virtual church, I found that a lot of people, unless you're strong in your belief system and you are tuning into your church every Sunday or every Bible class, the devil is playing with people's minds because they're not tuning into nothing. So it becomes a playground for the devil.
That's right.
So, you know, people better stand still on what they know and what they believe.
Yeah.
This is a test.
It's not time to walk away from God, because he's the only one that can help us at this point. I mean, he is the only one that can help us, and we're not trying to preach. But we have strong Christian backgrounds. She's PAW, I'm Koji. Kind of similar, you know. And I've been to her convention. She hasn't been to mine yet. We're going. After this pandemic, she's going. But again, we are prayerful. We're hopeful. Guys, we love you so much. We appreciate you for just tuning in, even if you don't watch the whole video.
Right.
Just coming over to see what we have to say. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about, let us know. I mean, we're open to talking about, you know, just about anything.
Yeah.
So again, I am the Erica Jones. This is, say your name. Why I always gotta say it? Like I'm
Nicole Salan.
Nicole Salan. She has a very unique, I like a middle name. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back. Look for greater things from us in 2021. We appreciate you so much. And until next time, peace.